On today's episode, we're going to talk about why your team needs you to implement operational habits and how that helps them grow. It helps you grow the business. It helps your customers. And by focusing on this key pillar inside of the CEO method, which is consistent branding, effective sales, and operational habits, we're going to talk about when you focus on this, it makes a massive difference in the long run. So stay tuned and we'll dive right in. I'm Gabe Arnold, and this is the Green Mountain Podcast. We are the champions who brave the elements to create beauty. We see chaos and create order. We are never afraid of hard work, and we understand the power of strategic thinking and intentional actions. We come from all walks of life, and we will never allow our past to determine our future potential. We create beauty around the homes of our customers and increase the value of our community with the work that we do every day. We understand the power of consistent branding because it helps us grow and serve all those around us. We practice effective sales so our company, employees, and community can benefit from the value we add. We intentionally invest in operational habits that help us deliver excellent results to our customers on a continual basis. We understand that powerful and beautiful things take time to grow, and with consistent watering and intention, amazing results can happen. We are committed to making the world a better place by being positive examples to all those around us. We don't allow anyone to look down on us because we know the value we bring to our community as leaders. We create positive workplaces for our employees so they feel safe and supported, and at the same time, we hold ourselves to high standards. We pursue excellence on a daily basis because we know the journey is worth the sacrifice. We are the protectors of the land. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the heroes. We are landscapers. So I want you to imagine if you go to your local community park where there's playground, there's a basketball court, there's a field for playing football or soccer, and imagine you show up with a couple of your friends on a weekend and you decide, well, we want to go play a sport together. And if you walk up to the basketball court and some other people start walking over, one guy has a basketball, clearly looks like he's dressed to play basketball. Another guy comes over with a football. And looks like he wants to play football. And then there's a hockey player that comes over. He's got his skates on, but you're not really sure where he's going to skate. And they say, let's all be on a team. Let's play together. And you say, well, I was going to play basketball. So I'm not sure what you guys are doing, but we can't use a football with that. You don't need a puck or a stick, and you're not going to be able to run or jump or dunk in skates and in hockey equipment. As funny as that would look, it's not going to get the result that we want. And sometimes in business, we forget that our natural way of doing things, or the way that we were taught to deliver excellent work, create a great customer experience, treat our employees well, clean up our trucks, gas up the equipment when, before we head out to the job or at the end of the day, whatever your process is. Sometimes we make the assumption that everybody knows the rules of the game and knows how to play inside of our company. But in fact, and if you've worked in any other jobs, and I've worked, a few jobs over the years too, everything's a little bit different in every company. And if the rules aren't clearly spelled out, then they're assumed or they're passed on verbally, or people observe and they try to do to the best of their ability what they see other people doing, generally speaking. But if you take that path, you're leaving the culture and the operational habits inside of your company to chance, and you will lose profits. You won't have quality. You'll have people showing up at random times if you don't enforce that it's important to show up on time so we can hit the first job on time. And so operational habits give us the structure to play on the same team towards the same results and get and achieve the goals that we have. And when those aren't clearly written out, when they're not documented processes, when they're not talked about on a consistent basis, then people can forget that they're playing basketball and they think they're playing hockey. They can forget that they're, working with you in your landscaping company towards these goals, and they can kind of think like anything goes. And so that's the reason why our employees trust us with their career, with their paychecks, and they actually need and want that type of structure, because anytime we put structure in place, the first thing that happens is people are usually resistant to it because they don't understand the why, or they haven't had it explained. But eventually, when they get into the pattern of doing it consistently, they come to expect that, and it gives them comfort, it gives them security. They know what to expect of how you're going to show up and interact with them. They know what to expect from other employees. And you also can have standards for your customers. So all of these operational habits build up to be a whole machine that is your business, so that it can run consistently and you can deliver consistent results. I think of my team in very similar ways to like my son or my nieces or nephews or a loved one in my family, because my team has entrusted me with the job of making sure that the company's growing and they have work and they get a paycheck every week. And so I really look at my relationship with my team, and what I'd recommend that you look at for your employees too is consider it as it's kind of that family relationship in one sense, but you also have that professional work relationship where these are the standards and everybody has to perform. If you don't perform to our standards and we've addressed it and given you coaching and support to change it and you don't change, then you can't be on this team, because you'll get traded somewhere else, right? You'll go to another team, you'll go somewhere else that maybe is a better fit for you. But when we use that structure and we really have that love and care for our employees, and when we invest in them and we create these operational habits, they know where to show up, how to play, what results you want, and how to resolve challenges when they come up too. So documenting those things is a huge step of saying, here's what we do. We show up at this time at the shop. We clean our equipment this way. When we're done with the job, we leave a note on the door for the customer. That's a great customer experience. Most companies don't do that. Thanks for having us today. Everything looks good. Or just by the way, I moved the garbage cans because they didn't look like where they were supposed to be. Interacting with your customer, if that's part of the process that you want to run, you need to document that, coach your team on doing it, and enforce it if it's an important part of your process. So when we coach and lead and support our team, just like we would a loved one or a family member, it gives us that perspective that it's our job to nurture them, encourage them, and help them grow in their career when they're with us. That way you can keep employees for 2, 3, 5, even 10 years or longer sometimes. But even if they're only with you for one season or a short time, you know that you really did your job and you served them well, and you will get the reputation for other employees in the area that you're a great person to work for. It's a great company to be with. So in creating those structures, the boundaries and the processes that help you reach your goal, it really creates that trust with your team. It creates that security, and they understand that there's a system and a process that we use here. It's one of the reasons why I encourage my clients to write out their guiding principles and their core values, which we'll dive into more on later shows. And it's also something we talk about inside of our mastermind, because again, if you make the habit of putting in these operational processes and habits and talking about them and implementing them and improving them, that's where the business can really grow. And that's where everybody knows what to expect when they show up to work, instead of it being chaotic sometimes or slowed other times and they don't know what to do. You create a consistent routine and process that makes the business just incrementally grow and scale month over month, year over year. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the CEO, method and all 3 pillars, and why it's important to focus on these and keep investing in each pillar so that you understand how this helps your business grow. If you need any help with this, please reach out at landscapemarketinghero.com. We're here to serve you and help you grow your business to $10 million or more per year. And I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and we will see you on tomorrow's episode. If you're ready to begin your journey up the Green Mountain, where we show you how to build a low-stress, high-profit, $10 million per year landscaping company, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com to download your free growth map. One of our guides will be there to help you along the way. Again, that's landscapemarketinghero.com.